In the far future, the surface of the earth has become a dead, irradiated wasteland. Humanity's remnants now dwell in the vast subterranean metro network known as the Underrail, a labyrinthian of stations, caverns, and industrial ruins built over generations. Here, survival is everything. Resources are scarce, politics are ruthless, and danger lurks in every tunnel. Welcome to Underrail. It's an isometric turn based and brutally unforgiving, with a focus on exploration, crafting, and skill based choices. Think of Fallout 1 and 2, but in an even more claustrophobic, post industrial, underground world. And the hollow veins beneath the world where the sun's light has not been forgotten, there's a place carved from concrete and steel, older than the people who now call it home. It's a sanctuary, a fortress, a promise. Its name is You play as a lone newcomer to Southgate Station, a small but determined settlement, navigating the volatile balance of powers between factions while uncovering secrets buried deep in the dark. Before it was a haven, it was a weapon. BCAF Installation S8, one of the Biocorp's southern military outposts, designed to hold the line, secure the tunnels against whatever lays beyond. But Biocorp's empire fell, its soldiers vanished, and the station corrodes. Once meant for war, became the arteries of new life in the deep. Today, Southgate is an anonymous city state, small by surface standards, vast by those of the Underrail. Its rules rest in the hand of three: Hadrian Tanner, a strategist who sees the map not as a line or borders, but as a choices and consequences. Vera Hale, the keeper of order, whose pen can shape the station's future as surely as any rifle. Grusky, in the soldier, forged in steel and smoke, whose eyes measure every man and woman for their worth in battle. Together, they hold Southgate Station steady between diplomacy and defense, between isolation and ambition. And yes, they do occasionally argue like a dysfunctional family over dinner. SGS beats with pulse of SGS credit, its own lifeblood currency. Yet the old coinage, the Stygian coin, still finds its way through every marketplace. Because when the world ends, apparently the one thing more durable than the cockroaches is currency exchange, apparently. Trade routes link Southgate Station to the United States Embassy, rail crossing, and other scattered bastions of life in southern lower Underhill. But the place is fragile. One sparks in the junkyard could drag SGS into gang war, staining its corridors with blood because nothing says civilization like fighting over garbage heap. Level 1, the platform and barracks. The first breath of Southgate is the station platform. North leads into lower underrail, south deeper into its tunnel. The underpass is sealed. Bison, martial art master and psionic trainer, keeps the guards sharp. They labor away, chipping away at stone and steel, where old metro lines lie, entombed by the quake. And when the last barrier falls, the tunnel beyond will yawn open, a black vein into the unknown, ripe for the brave to explore and for the ruthless to claim and dominate. Level 2, the armory and shooting range. Here, weapons are light. Not to the elevator lies the barracks, where steel meets discipline. And even here, small treasure hide in the footlocks for those with quick hands and finer tools. Just try not to get caught. The guards tend to frown on redistributing their property. The armor, under Lucas' watchful eyes, stock the tools of war. The shooting range is where those tools are tested, where recruits feel the weight of their choices in lead and recoil, where you can test your aim or discover you have none. The floor is where the tutorial begins. Think of it as a welcome gift to Southgate, a crash course in not dying. Level 3 Comms and Cantina. This is Southgate's beating heart, a place of food, drink, and the subtle trade of information. Here you may meet countless pipe workers. Some can even teach psionics, their faces scarred by rust and shadows, their voices echoing like steam through the iron veins of the world, each with stories, some worth hearing, some worth fearing. And just beyond the laughter and the smell of stew, Tanner's office waits, ready to pull you into politics at a moment's notice, ready to remind you that in SGS, fun and politics are never too far apart. Level 4 Administration and Library. Here, Southgate thinks. Vera Hale works in the shadow of the council chamber, while the Grand Library stores not just books, but the history of survival itself. A locked server room hums nearby, a whisper that even in the depths, knowledge is power, worth guarding. Because apparently, even in post-apocalypse, IT keeps everything behind a password. You'll never guess, or you'll guess easily. I don't know. I'm jobless. Yeah. Anyway, level 5, private quarters. Now, this is where you wake up, your room, your beginning. But even in these quiet halls, shadow lingers. A man whose death may draw you into mysteries you didn't seek. Behind these doors, safe hold crates, luxury items, and the key to other forbidden places. Even underground, people still hoard fancy things they don't really need. Consumerism 100, I guess. Level 6 Medics and Psionics. Pain is constant in the underworld, but here Dr. Pascal offers healing free of charge. The morgue, sealed by lock or keycard, hides more than just bodies, mostly to keep noisy people out, which means naturally you want to break in. Level 7 Engineering and Cyber Labs. The mind of Southgate's reside here. Urza and Chief Engineer Harold keeps the station alive. Think of it as station's brain, one through machines, the other through ideas. It's like Gork and Morg, I don't know which one is which one. Server room, locked to the unskilled guard Southgate's digital lifeblood. Urza being a master of some brain fuckery itself. Level 8 Origami and Pens. Life grows even in the dark. Here, Quinton, 10 crops, 9 blooming lake poppies among them, while Big Brent oversees the pen and cave hoppers. Prove that even in the dark, the life finds a way. Just don't ask about the smell in the pens. Without this floor, SGS would starve though. Level 9 Cave Tunnel, Exit and Docks. The last threshold to the south, the airlock, opens into the wild caverns and Crossroad Watch. To the west, the docks where Captain Swana offers passage across black waters to the unknown. Beyond this point, the station's safety ends, and whatever lies waiting in the dark begins. Bring a weapon, maybe a change of fence. 5 outposts, fly in shadows. Wake them, make them ours. Harold, Keeper of Gears, gives you the flux capacitor. A controller, my bad. A spark for a sleeping heart. Malcolm grants you the key to the north, where old Jonas mutters of rat hounds and a lost watch. The caverns breathe hunger. Locks yield to skill. Gates hold back the tide of claws. The generator steers, its hum spilling into the silent walls. A drifter to fell. A door or a buried path. 3 lights burning is enough. 5 makes you a legend. A rat family has made it its home, nesting into the cracks of what was once yours. You may bargain with their chittering tongues or drive them out. Return to Tanner with blood on your boots and darkness behind you. The second quest finds you talking to Brent. Hopper Roundup. 3 hoppers. Breathing, not bleeding. Brent's eyes are heavy with worry. Newton went to the cave, but the shadow kept him. Mushroom Cave hums with life. The little thief darting between stones and shadow. Stealth is your cloak, net and tranquil bolts your fangs. Weighted by the holes they vanish through, patient as the rock, quick as the strike. Cages snap shut, 3 heartbeats caught. Stone's doors seal like a tomb, but the side part breathes a welcome. Inside the air hums with cybugs, mind venom in their gaze. Blade, bullet, or mercy, choose your truth. Slay them all, and Newton walks free under your watch. Whispers a lie, and he falls into the dark. His tools are yours to keep. Return to Brent with the living prizes. Then back to Tanner. Mission done. Newton drifts through the medical halls now, breathing but changed. Beyond the steel arteries of HCS lies the husk of GMS compound. Grosky, the iron-eyed veteran, sends you into the Hollow Hearts, seeking a key locked behind steel and silence. Level 2 breathes with cold vigilance of sentry bots. Their footsteps, like hammers on tins, crawls through vents like a rat. In the dark, a risk open corridor where death sees first. A hatch iced apart to level 3. The key clutched by long dead wanderer. Below, raiders feast on fear. With a silver tongue, you may walk among them as shadows. Without it, you'll earn their blood instead. The prize lies in the room of the late Dr. Bloomberg, a card that unlocks the past. Return to Grosky and claim your due, or whisper him into retreat if your words cut deep enough. Either way, the GMS sleeps again, but you now hold a piece of its soul. 500 chirons in your pocket, a name, Teapot A, whispers in rust. Somewhere in the grave of machines lie the rotor that wakes the tunneler's heart and push the metro's blood through stones again. The junkyard offers no straight answer, only merchants with empty hands and directions to the old junkyard, where scrappers guard their grate and blackheels guard their wormholes. You may buy their passage, earn their trust, to take what you need in silence. Inside Depot A sprawls with rusted labyrinth, its halls mined, its doors locked, its key clutched by murens who once had names. Step by step, lock by lock, you push deeper until a dust-choked barrel holds an offer. Its price, the Armadillo rotor circuit board. With the heart of the drill in your hand, you hold the turning of the rail themselves. To Newton's rescue, in the cave dams beneath, to the hunt through junkyard, wrought for the drill of ancient's heart. Each victory has carved your name deeper into southern stone. The metro now stirs, its arteries clear, its steel veins ready to pulse with life once more. But not all that moves in the dark is friend. Every gate you open unchains something older, something impatient. Beneath endless stone and steel, which is the junkyard, alliance cracks and new power rises. The rails rumbles with trains, but with the march of fate, what comes next will stain the tunnels deeper than rust, and I will be there to carve my mark into the dark.